Hi everyone, welcome to week 2 of our virtual choir voice lessons. I'm so glad that some of you were able to use the voice lesson last week, and I got some great feedback from you. Thank you. One of the things I heard was that it was kind of hard to hear my voice, but the piano was very loud. And that makes complete sense because I'm recording on the same track. So this week I'm going to try and make the piano softer by putting the soft pedal down and speaking and singing a little louder. So let me know if that helps. Yeah, I hope it does. Anyway, this week I would love to do a new song with you. And this song is actually going to be our anthem in a couple weeks' time. And this anthem is actually from Mendelssohn's Elijah, which is a whole greater work from this oratorio, Elijah. And that song is Lift Thine Eyes. So I would love to go through the song with you. We'll do some warm-ups. We'll talk through some of the more difficult parts of the song. There are 3 parts in this piece, and whether you are a man or a woman, you can pick any of the parts that's most comfortable for your voice, and it will work out fine. So I will sing through all 3 of the parts and just sing whichever one feels most comfortable to you. Most people feel most comfortable in part 2, so bear that in mind. But anyway, I am going to put a link at the bottom of this screen so you can hear what this piece sounds like. So to begin our lesson, go ahead and click on the link at the bottom of the screen and take a listen. Hello everyone, I hope you've had a good week. Let's start with some stretching. So just go ahead and swing side to side, really nice and easy. Oh, I like to close my eyes sometimes during this. Just feels good. All right, roll your shoulders up and back. One more time. One more time. Roll your neck one way. Switch directions. Oh, just take a deep breath in and let it out. Good. Check everything out. Let's do some arms. So bring one arm over to the side and we'll count down from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try and block out any less than ambient sounds that might be coming from your open window or the street outside. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, up and back. And switch. Good. And roll your shoulders out one more time. Good. And then go ahead and spread your legs a little more than shoulder width apart and go ahead and reach down. Turn your upper half of your body to one side. Reach down to one toe. And take a deep breath in and let it out. And come up and switch over to the other foot. Deep breath in. Oh, and pull your leg a little closer. and stand up. And just like last week, we're gonna go down into the middle and grab behind your legs and pull them tight. And we're gonna add one thing this week. I want you to, once you're down there, breathe into your back. See if you can get your upper back to expand when you breathe. Ready? And go down. Grab your legs, pull your legs to you, and breathe into your upper back. Keep doing this. Breathe one more time. Your upper back should expand and contract. And one last breath. Breathe in and breathe out. And slowly rise up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And let's do some breathing this week. We didn't do any breathing last week. So let's go ahead, put your arms on your rib cage like this. And you're just gonna breathe into your hands. So your rib cage should go like this. Whoop, when you breathe in. And then you're gonna try and hold it open while we breathe out. Okay, ready, in.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hold. And now shush it out for 4 beats. Ready, go. Shh. Breathe in. Shush it out. Shh. In. Ready, in. Hold it. This is going to be 16 beats. See if you can make the whole 16 beats. Ready, go. Hold it open. 3, 2, and for 1. Good. Okay. All right. Thanks for stretching with me. All right, let's start with some warm-ups. So, as always, let's start actually with a hum first. We'll start with the hum. So just an easy, that's a hum, 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 hum. Lots of space in your mouth. Here we hum. Move your jaw around. Make sure it's really nice and loose, that this is all loose. You can even kind of give yourself a little massage at the same time. Here you go. Like you're chewing bubble gum. Switch to a buzz, so it's going to sound like this. Try it with me. Go. Smile in your cheeks helps. nice and warm. Like you're stirring a pot of molasses. Couple more. Ooh, more air, more air. Good, okay. You notice we're doing kind of a down and then an up for these first couple warm-ups. That's going to be kind of our theme for the day. It's kind of like you have a yo-yo. So imagine you have a yo-yo and you go down and then the up is easy. Down, up, down, up, down, up. So if you're saying C, the C is the down part, and then I would use the vowel ah for the up part. So it's like this. C, ah. Try that with me. C, ah. When you do the ah part, can you just pretend that all of a sudden gravity has disappeared and you're just suspended in thin air? C, ah. Everything is open and loose and it takes no effort, but it is definitely a bounce into zero gravity. C, ah. And you use the bottom of that yo-yo to bounce into zero gravity. Let's try a few of them together. Here we go. C, ah. C, ah. Sit up tall. C, ah. C, ah. C, ah. Good, thanks. We're going to change the tune a little bit to make it fit the music that we're doing today. So we're going to change it to this. So it's going to sound like this. C, C, O, C, O, C, O. C, C, O, C, O, C, O. C, C, O, C, O, C, O. You can follow the words at the bottom of the screen. The C is the down of the yo-yo. C, C, O, and then you open up. C, C, O, C, O, C, O. Let's try it together with notes. C, C, O, C, O, C, O. C, C, O, C, O, C, O. C, C, O, C, O, C, O. Pretend you're a yo-yo. C, C, O, C, O, C, O. C, C, O, C, O, C, O. Last one. C, C, O, C, O, C, O. Now we're going to change the words to lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes. In the same exact approach. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes. Here you go. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes. 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 Last one. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes. And that is our first line of the opening to this next song. So go ahead at this point and skip to the part that you want to sing. If you want to listen to all three parts and sing along to all three parts and figure out which part feels the best for you, go for it. We will begin with part one. beginning to your part. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes. If you're singing part one, you're going to have to get comfortable being up high pretty often. So let's do a few high warm-ups for those of you with high voices. Here we go. Let's do this. Let's just go. Here you go. 0 gravity. If you put a little smile in, the higher you go, the easier it gets. Good. Do that with me. And give me a woo! Woo! Okay, let's get started on this. The first phrase sounds like this. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes to the mountains. I definitely didn't take enough breath. So let's try it one more time. Put your hands on your hips, fill in a big breath, and let's try it one more time. Breathe in. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes to the mountains. And there's your first breath. And then we have the next phrase. Again, we're kind of working almost in 4-bar phrases. Sometimes they're 3. Whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help? So we have a lot of these commas in here, and you want to breathe after every comma. Let's do those first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 measures together. So we're breathing after the commas. Except for the first 4 measures, we're not breathing until after the word mountains. If you can, give it a try. Lift thine eyes. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes to the mountains. Whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help? Beautiful. Now, we're going to the very end, and we notice that it is the same. So we're going to the last 16 bars here, right at the end. I'll play it from the piano. You can see it on your screen. 2, here we go. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes to the mountains. Where cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help? Whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help? And there we have it. So the first 4 bars and the last 16 bars are very, very similar to each other. If at this point you're feeling like, ooh, this is really tight, this is really high, maybe skip ahead and try soprano 2. I'm at this point going to play through the rest of soprano 1, and you can follow along with the music and see how it feels. From the beginning. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes to the mountains. Whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help? We have a couple rests, and then we come in. Thy help cometh at the end. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes to the mountains. Whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help? Whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help? And next, you can listen to a full version of just the soprano one part with the organ playing if you want to practice. And some of these higher notes, you have to do your zero gravity thing. For example, in the middle of page 140, never stop. We bounce off and then we float down. All right, so go ahead and take a listen to the full part, and if it doesn't feel good, try soprano 2, or part 2, I should say. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes to the mountains. Whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help? Thy help cometh from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He has said, thy foot shall not be moved. Thy keeper will never slumber, will never slumber, never slumber. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes to the mountains. Whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help? Whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help? Hello, part 2, folks. So here we are starting with what we just ended with our warm-ups. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes. Why don't you sing that with me and see if you can not breathe all the way to the word mountains. I'll put the music on the screen. Ready, go. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes to the mountains. And then we take a little catch breath. The next part sounds like this. Whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help? Did you notice I put all those little breaths in there every time there was a comma? Whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help? Let's try that together. Whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help? Let's try those first 8 measures together from the beginning. Ready, go. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes to the mountains. When whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help. Now I actually want you to look at the end of the song. I'll put the music on your screen, and it's very, very similar. Let's read the last 16 measures together. Here we go. Ready, go. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes to the mountains, whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help, whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help. Good. Okay, so the first 8 and the last 16 are very, very similar, and then we have a lot of moving parts in the middle. So I will play the whole thing through and sing it once and put the music on the screen. See if you can sight read along with me. If you make a mistake, no worries, just keep going. Here we go. Part 2 from the beginning. Ready, go. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes to the mountains, whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help. Thy help cometh, cometh from the Lord, from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He hath said, my foot shall not be moved. My keeper will never slumber, never slumber. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes to the mountains, whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help, whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help. So that's how the whole thing goes. Next, I'm going to give you a recording of just the part 2 with an organ playing, so you can practice this week if you would like to. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes to the mountains, whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh Okay, part 3 people. So part 3 is the lowest of the 3 parts. So it's very rich and very warm. So bring out that singing with kind of molasses in mind feeling that we did in the warm-ups. And here is how part 3 starts. It sounds like this. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes to the mountains. Would you do that with me and see if you can initiate your yo-yo feel, even though it's really low? Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes. Here we go, the first 4 measures. Ready, go. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes to the mountains. Good. Next 4 measures have they have little breaths in them. Every time there's a comma in the next 4 measures, we'll take a little quick breath. Whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help. See if you can try it with me. Here's the music. Ready, go. Whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help. Great. Let's do the first 8 measures together. Here we go. Ready, go. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes to the mountains. Whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help. Great. Now we're actually going to go to the end because the last 16 measures are very similar thematically to the first 8 measures. So I'll put the music on the screen. Go ahead and sight read it with me. If you make a mistake, no big deal. We've never done this before. Just keep going, just keep moving on. But go ahead and try and sight read it with me. Here we go. Ready, go. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes to the mountains. Whence cometh, whence cometh help? Whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help? So really a pretty simple beginning and a pretty simple ending. Now, of course, there's a lot of moving notes in the middle, and I'm going to play through the whole thing right now so you can hear the moving notes and you can hear what it sounds like. Go ahead and sight read it with me as I go, and then after this clip, I will have a practice track of just the part 3 singing with the organ, so you can practice a little bit. Ready, here we go. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes to the mountains. Whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help? My help cometh from the Lord, the Maker of heaven and earth. He hath said, thy foot shall not be moved. Thy keeper will never slumber, never will never is a practice track, so you can practice this week, and then we'll touch base on it again next week. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes to the mountains, whence cometh thy help cometh from the Lord, the Maker of heaven and earth. He hath said, thy foot shall not be moved. Thy keeper will never slumber, will never slumber. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes to the mountains, whence cometh help, whence cometh help. All right, thank you everybody for joining me again. I know that this week's music was significantly more challenging than last week's music, but that's what it's all about. Anyway, if you're frustrated, you're totally in the right, because this is challenging music, and I would urge you to go back and listen to those practice tracks that are me singing each part with the organ, and go ahead and listen to those, hum along with those, just get the notes in your brain. That's the first step. So go ahead and do a lot of listening to those and singing along and humming along to those. Find a voice part that works best for you, and then we'll revisit this next week and dig a little deeper, and hopefully some of you can do maybe a little bit of recording from home. So that's it for this week. Remember your yo-yo for this week as you're singing along to this piece, and we will touch base again next time. Thanks so much. I miss you all, and I love you, and God be with you.